So you've probably heard about the action button on iPhone. You set it up and it can control simple features. Well, what if I told you you could take this much further and use it to automate anything? Watch this. Hi, what's your name and what can you help me with?
I'm I'm Mon, your digital assistant for tech and productivity content. I can help you with YouTube scripting, outlining and writing scripts for your videos. If you have a specific task in mind, just let me know how I can assist you today.
Yep, with a bit of know-how, you can turn your action button into something way more useful than Siri. I'm using it to control Sayman, my personal AI agent that has access to all my key tools and knowledge for a simple integration I created with today's partner, Make.com. And I even won an award for this last week. Right. So, in today's video, I'll show you the 3 levels of action button mastery on the iPhone you need to know. From simple but useful actions like setting a timer or turning on your Apple TV, to creating a quick action menu, right through to this, automating pretty much anything with custom workflows and personal AI agents. Make sure to get subscribed for more Apple and productivity tech joy. And let's start quickly with level 1, action button basics. Okay, really simply, this is what you do if you want to set up your action button. You click on Settings, click Action Button, and then from here, you've got these options. Now, a lot of us have always had this button set to something like silent mode or maybe to select a focus mode, which is great. But if you slide along and ignore all of this stuff, this is the one I'm interested in, shortcuts. And by setting your shortcut, you can, from here, get it to do a lot of things. For example, set a timer is our first example. So now I've set that, if I come back out, if I press and hold the action button, my timer can be started. Really simple. But it can go a lot further. If we go back into settings, click on action button and change this to select a folder, I can select this action button menu. So if I now hold down the button, I have a little set of options. For example, I've got a quick link into my studio lighting setup where I can quickly turn my lights on and off. Pretty cool. So let's look at how you might create this action button menu and what you might want to add in it in level 2. So this is how to make an action button menu in Shortcuts. First of all, find your Shortcuts app. You can just search Shortcuts within this library page of your Shortcuts. And from here, you can just select Add New Folder. You can name it Action Button Demo Folder. And let's give it an icon, maybe this computer, and then you can see it is created there. You can then open this up and add shortcuts into it. And if you've got any existing shortcuts you've already created, you can go into all shortcuts. And if I just wanted a quick way, for example, maybe to open my flight information with BA, I can just select an existing one, next flight, and I can click on this and click move and add it to the folder, and then if you jump back, you'll see it within that folder and it can be run. Now, to add this to the home screen, you're just going to need to repeat the step that we talked about before, which is going to settings, select shortcuts, select show a folder, and select the folder that you want to add. But I'm going to select my existing version. And then you are all set when you hold it down to open that menu, and you can just swipe up to get rid of it. So there you go. That's your action button menu created. So the next thing is, what are some really good first simple shortcuts to add? Well, these are my favorites. So the first one is actually a quick shortcut to get to editing the menu itself. So if I hold down my menu, you'll see I've got an edit menu view here. So if I click on that, it jumps me to that menu. Really helpful. That's this one here. So I created a new shortcut by clicking add. I labeled it. So let's just rename it, and we're going to call it edit action menu. There you go. You can click on the little symbol if you want to change the color and the icon, and you're going to want to search for actions. Kind of do this intuitively, but I'm going to do this as open folder, and I'm going to select the shortcuts folder. You can then just click on folder, select the folder you want to open, and then quite quickly you have that ability to open your folder. So I'm just going to delete this, hold down to delete it. And this is how you can move things, by holding on them and jumping around. So before I show you how I made that AI agent from the action button, these are some of my favorite shortcut quick action favorites. Number 1 is to wake up Apple TV. So I'm going to just create a quick new shortcut, and I'm going to search for wake Apple TV. We add that in. You would then link your Apple TV here. This is fine. We're then going to add a second one, which is to open the remote. And to find that, you're just going to write show remote. And there it is. So if I click this, it's going to wake Apple TV and show the remote control. So if we just rename this TV, there you go. Pretty happy with that. Drop it in. It's in my system. I'll maybe move this down out the way so I don't watch as much telly. And if we then jump back out, hold this down. And so every time I press TV, I can open and use my Apple TV. The next one is to quickly set your focus modes. And it's really simple with a little toggle focus. I click this, I can pick my view, I can go to dark mode. And this is a great way if you design your home screen like I do with my minimal icon packs, you can quickly jump between them. And it feels a lot faster than doing it using, say, the basic swipe down, find the light mode and jump between it. I much prefer it, and it's a nice quick way to do that. So to do that one, again, you would simply go into your menu, create yourself a new view for toggling focus modes, and you just want to find set focus. You can select that view and then you're going to click it to toggle and ask each time. But you can set that as well to just pick and toggle a specific mode if you want a certain design to go on and off, and then have a basic standard page that you usually use.
We'll explore how to integrate AI-powered conversations into your iPhone's action button for a smarter, more interactive experience.
If you search voice mode on ChatGPT, click that will simply open ChatGPT voice mode. So that means if you want a quick access to a conversation using ChatGPT, you can hold down your button, click this.
What do you know about training AI models like you to chat with me when I need to on the action button on the iPhone?
That's a cool idea. Essentially, when it comes to integrating AI into something like an iPhone's action button, it's about creating shortcuts and automation workflows. You basically tie the AI's capabilities to the button. It's a blend of AI development and iOS automation. Pretty fascinating stuff.
And on the subject of AI interaction, before we get onto that fully custom version I've built with Make, I've also done this. I don't know if you've heard about this, but the new Notion AI agents are absolutely amazing. I'll link my recent video on that below because I have created a fully custom AI agent within Notion that works within the whole context of my workspace, and it's blowing my mind and all the people that have downloaded the system. But look, I can click this action, it will open the chat and I can say, hi, I would love to know what I'm getting up to next week. That will take the dictation, drop it into a chat in Notion, and very quickly it will start to answer me with all of the context of what I've been doing. It's gone into mode 2 productivity coach, given me a quote, and it's told me what I'm looking at. Stuff with my VA, some follow-up tasks, blah, blah, blah. Really cool. And if I go into the menu, I'm just going to show you one of my favorite features to use within this, which is dictate text. If you create dictate text, you can set it to be pausing after a pause or on your tap if you want to take longer to speak. And then you can feed that in as your question, for example, into Ask Notion AI. So a really quick way for me to have a dialogue with Notion AI. Simple as that. But it goes a lot further. And so for the last quick example, I want to show you how to use that dictate text with the Apple Journal for quick journal entries. I'm going to do dictate text and drop that in. And maybe with this, we'll say stop listening on tap. So it means that when I tap, that's when it will stop. So next we're going to look for journal and I'm going to do create entry. And the message is going to be the dictated text. And I want to make the title the current date. So why don't we do date, move that date up and drop this in as date. And we should be able from there to be able to fill that in. You can even set your location within it. Pretty cool. We're going to call this like that. And there's our journal. So if we now come out, we can do this. Well, it's been an interesting day. I've been working on Apple shortcuts. I've spent a lovely time with my family, and I even got a new Make automation created that I'm super excited about using Apple shortcuts. There it is, dropped into my Apple journal. Pretty cool, and, you know, a nice way to keep up your journaling. So all that's great, but how did I make Say Iman, I hear you asking? And what if you wanted to go further, like creating an invoice simply by speaking to your phone, or run a workflow that generates your social media post drafts with a click? Well, it's time to enter level 3, action button and AI automations. Now, if you've ever wished the action button could do more than run a shortcut, Make.com is the missing piece. It's a no-code automation platform that connects your apps, workflows, documents, and everything, along with a bunch of AI and AI agent features so that a single press can trigger a full workflow. I've been using make.com for years and it's surprisingly accessible. It started for me as a simple automation for my digital product sales. This one, to simply send with a webhook any new customers that bought something to my mailing list. And this has been invaluable. So for many people, you just get the system for that. But it goes so much further. I have a bunch of systems to manage my emails right through to agent operators and agent sub-scenarios that an AI agent can use. And in fact, this is my latest favorite find. Make.com even has an iOS module set. And this allows you to do a bunch of things like watch your calendar, watch a barcode or QR code, watch a button or watch your contacts. And you can do things like create calendar events, contacts, reminders, upload photos, the whole shebang. This system is allowing me to quickly add new contacts using my AI agent. An agent is made up of some specific system instructions that you can drop in, an operator, which might fire a webhook to the agent and then get it to respond, which is what we're using, and then a bunch of tools and scenarios that it can call on. Anything from adding research to your Notion Knowledge Hub or tasks. The opportunity and options are endless. One of their more recent releases, which I absolutely love, is the Make Grid that allows you to see all of your systems in operation. And there is my AI agent. It's showing you one of the other things that's going on, how an agent module connects to a bunch of other tools that can be used within its system. So Grid lays out every step of a scenario so you can better understand what it does and how it works. And it allows you to see how everything interconnects and where things are flowing. It's so that you can spot errors and handle them easily. So if you're wanting to scale from that first automation to a larger system for your entire team, Make.com is a really powerful solution. Bottom line, Make will let you move from one-off shortcuts to dependable, visible automations that actually save you hours. So use my link below and try Make for free with 10,000 credits for your first month and turn your action button into a real workflow launcher. All right, I'm going to demo my Sayman agent chat now in full and then show you how it's made. And I'm actually going to share the blueprints both for the Apple shortcut and the system in Make, so you can make your own if you want to. I'll mention a bit more of that before we finish today, but let's use it. But essentially what's going to happen is it's going to follow this process to dictate and create text, add it to a webhook, which is in the Make.com automation, drop the text into it, and then return what it says and what it's done and speak it back to us in the chat. And it will be able to repeat up to 15 times in a conversation. Fantastic. On Make.com, you'll see it here. This is the operator we've got, which is simply a webhook. That is what I've pasted in to the automation here to get context of URL. I've then got the Make agent, and this is using my connector, which is simply a connection to ChatGPT. I've set that up within Make. I won't go into detail about that because I've got a full video on how to build all of this that you can watch after this, link below, on how I created my Make agent. The agent has its own instructions here and all of these tools, which are sub-scenarios that it can use, including researching with Perplexity. This thing can add tasks and research to my Knowledge Hub in Notion, and we're going to use it to do this on this demo, get the latest video transcript, and then we're going to get it to publish to LinkedIn. So just to quickly show you as well, there is the full video I'm mentioning, how I built this agent. And I'm actually using that with a Slack operator, so you can chat to it in Slack, but that's on the other video. Right, here we go. You're going to watch this fire. So, hi, what's your name? There you are. There it's triggering it. It's firing it across.
Hi, Mon, your digital assistant here to help with tech and productivity content. How can I assist you today?
She really struggles to say Sayman, which is hilarious. Great. And then if I cancel it, it'll stop working. So it will just keep speaking to me until I stop. Great. So what we are going to do though, so it doesn't keep talking to us, is just update the automation briefly. So I'm just going to go back in here, jump in here, and I'm just going to remove speak text. That's it. So now it's just going to write back to us. Okay, let's do it again. Please find my latest video transcript and let's create a new repurposing from that. But first, share the info on the transcript and the link to the video. So now you'll see it fire this. It's checking Google Docs for the latest transcript and then returning it. That will then send it back from the agent. It will do some work on it and then send me the results to the chat. It's working through. I've got a feeling it might even just be repurposing it already. Here it is. It's given me the video URL, its estimated length, and a script overview of what it covers. So let's ask it now to repurpose it and send it to my LinkedIn pages. And to do that, let's just find the scenario so you can see that run as well. There it is, publish posts to LinkedIn. Here we go. Great. Please repurpose this into a flowing colloquial LinkedIn post. So it's doing the work, as you can see. Great. Here's the post. I could now work with it to improve this, but I think this is all looking pretty good. So let's just say I wanted to post it. I would never just post repurpose stuff, but this has followed all of my style guidelines it's got within the context of the agent, and now we can post it. So let's see it do it. Go ahead and post it. There it goes. Look at that, from my phone to Make, and it's published the post. It should now report on the result. Fantastic. I can click cancel and I'm finished. And if we go to LinkedIn, if we refresh, there's the post. The whole thing is dropped in. It links to the video. It links to my part-time productivity challenge, and it's dropped in very nicely. I'm actually just going to delete this because I don't want to show it on my LinkedIn right now. So essentially what we're doing is allowing us to do repeat conversations within a repeat. We dictate text, turn that text into something that can be encoded for a URL, sent to the webhook, and within that we have two request bodies. We've got a method post, request body is JSON, and this just creates essentially some pairs, info pairs. So we've got a query and then the text, custom thread ID, and just the number 0. And the reason we're doing that is so that in this scenario on the screen here, we can add the thread ID here and the query, and then the response is just given as a webhook response. We can add the response and then share the key of the custom thread back along with thread ID. And that just means that it will continue to have the conversation rather than run off and start fresh every time with the agent. And if you want to learn how to do more with this, you can either sign up to Make and find my video on how I made this AI agent down here within the AI agent section, or you can find it below. So there you go, Apple shortcuts. You can do a lot when you know how. Hit my face to get subscribed, hit the like button if you haven't, and to discover more awesome insights to make your iPhone setup super beautiful to use, you should watch this video next, or this one down here, because YouTube thinks you'll love it. All right, see you then, bye.